actually like really exciting. I've talked about Nightmare on Elm Street several times on the channel and expressed my disappointment for, Warner Brothers handling it, because I just didn't think they were going to do the job that we all needed them to do. I felt like it would be in better hands with like an Arrow Video or maybe a Screen Factory. We would get the best possible restorations. We would get new features. We would get that nice like box set release. I think all of us just felt like it would be in better hands with the boutique labels. It looks like Warner Brothers is actually going the extra mile with Nightmare on Elm Street, and I appreciate that. And this is kind of in line with the direction that Warner Brothers has been going in, like adding new features and stuff like that. We've seen new releases from them come out and have new special features. North by Northwest, Blazing Saddles, those came out last year, had brand new features. Constantine came out this year, had a new feature. Twister came out, had a new feature. So they're doing this type of stuff more and more. But apparently, guys, there's going to be new features for at least Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, because Robert Englund took a photo with director Jack Shoulder, and this was shared on his Instagram. And I think Jack Shoulder also shared some stuff on his Facebook as well, but I'm not really on Facebook, so I got the information for that like secondhand. But yeah, Robert Englund, Jack Shoulder took a picture. Robert Englund shared this on Instagram, and basically he said, hey, we shot some new special features for the new 4K restoration of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. Now, maybe Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 is the only one of the bunch that's getting new features, because Nightmare 1 didn't get new features, and I don't think they're going to go back and retroactively add features to Nightmare 1. But I could see him doing new features for Nightmare 3, Nightmare 4, Nightmare 5. Maybe we can get Rennie Harlan to come back and talk about Nightmare 4. That would be cool, because he's doing a lot more stuff, 4K restorations. We got the image of the director of Freddy's Dead. She, of course, took a picture of herself and said she was working on the restoration. Maybe we'll get Rachel Tallahay, I think is her name. Maybe we'll get some new features from her, but that's exciting to hear if it's only for Nightmare 2. Because there's new features on this, and I think that's freaking awesome. But not only that, Jack also commented, and again, this is the information I got secondhand from his Facebook. Jack also commented on how good the new 4K restoration of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 Freddy's Revenge looked, and how they upgraded the original mono mix to a Dolby Atmos track. So it seems like they're going like all the way with some of these movies, and he was just commenting on like how different parts of the movie sounded and all that stuff, and it sounds great, guys. So like, I think that Warner Brothers is giving us a little bit more than we expected from them, and that's a great thing. And maybe we'll actually, like, I was under the impression that we would probably, this is coming out in the States, or the assumption, or I just assumed that if this was coming out in the United States, we were going to get a thin little, box set release like the Rocky set, with the flippable trays and all that stuff with the disc inside. I assumed we would get that, and it would probably be the same artwork we got on the Blu-ray set back in the day. I don't know if that's the case. I feel like we might, and we better be getting this announcement like sometime soon. We need to know. We need to freaking know, especially if this is coming out in September. I feel like they might do some kind of box set. Now, we got the Steelbook announcement, over in the UK. I think you can still pre-order that off of Zabi, and it looks like we're going to be getting individual Steelbooks for all 7 of the original Nightmare films, from the first one to Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That's available to pre-order, and I think it's going for like $280 right now in Zabi. So it's a steep price point for that set, but they're supposed to be individual steelbooks inside of a big like steel tin case with like foam padding inside, kind of like the Rambo set, like the Harry Potter set, like the Superman set that they've done in the past. But I feel like we might be getting something a little bit extra in the States. I feel like they may do like some kind of really cool box set, especially if they're going in and doing special features and stuff. And it's just like fingers crossed, guys, that we do. Fingers crossed that Warner Brothers recognizes the importance and the significance of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and we actually get something substantial over here in the States, other than just a thin, cardboard case with the flippable discs inside of a larger 4K case. But yeah, guys, this is exciting just to hear this, just to hear that we're getting new features and having the director's comments on how they're coming in to approve the restorations. Like, this just feels like they're actually like doing something big here, and they're actually giving this franchise the respect and treatment that it so desperately deserves, especially after that crappy Blu-ray box set that came out back in, I think, 2011. But let me know what you think about all that stuff, guys. I think that's very exciting. The fact that we're getting new features for Nightmare 2, even though Nightmare 2 is not my favorite Nightmare, not by a long stretch. Like, it's probably on the lower tier for me, but it's still exciting to hear that there are new features being worked on in this box set. That I think is pretty pretty damn awesome.